like to welcome everybody to another episode of Leave It on the Court podcast with your host, Jay Dons, with my little bro, Giannis, where we talk basketball, NBA basketball, everything basketball. I need everybody to go to their YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like, and share. Make sure you check us out every Sunday, of course, right here on Instagram Live. Also, check out our Instagram Live for also other little things we got going on. Check us out on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna start that good X one time. You feel me? Hello to all the new people joining our live. We appreciate you coming in. But I do have to shout out before we get into that to everybody who helped us get to 1,000 people. One love, man. I appreciate the follow backs one time, man. We got it done in a week. We was over there pushing and stuff, checking out everybody that follows basketball. So we appreciate everybody who followed us back to get us to our 1,000 follower hit mark, so we can get to this live. So we really appreciate it. So with all that being said, Brody, what we got going on today?
We got 4 subjects for our viewers, man. We're going to get into this Team USA, and will they be the favorite in the upcoming Olympics? We're also going to talk about the Luka extension. We're going to talk about should LeBron James actually go back to Cleveland? And we're going to start this episode off talking about yours truly, Johnathan Kuminga. Now, recently, Johnathan Kuminga turned down a 2-year contract extension with the Golden State Warriors worth up to $45 million. Sources say that he turned it down because of a team option on the second year. Let me ask you this, Jay Dons. Are the Warriors holding back Johnathan Kuminga?
At this point, yeah. I mean, because of the fact that the way that they're holding him back is, first of all, they had been holding him back prior to this contract situation by not letting him play. You know what I mean? So he can prove himself, he can get shined, so he can get signed by somebody else. Then when he did start to play, that should have been the point right there where they should have saw that they should pay him. Like when you see a dude average 25 in the playoffs and he virtually hasn't been playing damn near the whole season and he comes in doing that, it's time to sign somebody. So this is one of them tactics where the team is using the fact that you don't have any leverage in order to try to keep you under their thumb. And I think that he needs to stand on it. Whatever he's trying to do so far as get out of this contract or get more money, he needs to stand on it. He proved himself in the playoffs, which I feel is the most important part of the NBA season, that he's a capable player, and and maybe if he had another chance to go somewhere else, or if they chose to use him in a bigger part of the offense or a bigger part of the team, that he can be a good player. So I don't like the fact that the Warriors are holding him back. But what about you?
Yeah, they are, but I don't think it's personal, right? Mm-hmm. This is more so of a business thing. Steve Kerr was recently on a podcast, the TK podcast, explaining himself, basically. The host asked Steve Kerr about the Johnathan Kuminga situation. He was saying that Johnathan Kuminga is young and gifted, immensely gifted. However, the Golden State Warriors franchise asked Steve Kerr to win. And in doing so, he was like, I don't see where I can play Johnathan Kuminga 38 minutes alongside Steph, Dre, Jimmy, and him actually fit and actually help us win. That's the miss. That's what we're missing right now. So what the Warriors are asking in return for Johnathan Kuminga, they want to do a sign and trade deal. So they feel like they want to give him a tradable deal. Like, if I can't give Johnathan Kuminga $30 million a year, which is what he's asking for, and still expect to be able to trade him to a better situation, because even if the Warriors re-sign Johnathan Kuminga, they still have plans on trading this guy because he just don't fit alongside Steph, Dre, and Jimmy. And rightfully so, Johnathan Kuminga is betting on himself now. The deal that the Warriors offered, actually, Johnathan Kuminga said it was enough money, but he wants a player option or no trade clause included with that. for that second year. Right now, the team is holding all the cards, and he's saying no to that. I
But
do
see, this
see.
is not making any sense, though. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay, run.
If let's say they signed you to the 2-year deal, right? You
Right.
play a good year under them again, and okay, maybe next year you might get a chance to come back and they give you that money, or they trade you, which is essentially something you trying to get out of there too. Now you might not control your destination, but the type of player he is, if they send him anywhere, he can become whoever he's trying to become. So I kind of don't understand why he's like, okay, well y'all could trade me. I wouldn't want to stay somewhere that clear that's clearly showing me that they don't want me. So why would I like take the trade clause away? If y'all decide to trade me, that actually helps me out because I want to get the hell up out of here anyway.
They what's funny about the Warriors is they recognize his talent. They know they don't have another young wing guy that can guard basically any other wing in the NBA that's 6'8", 6'9", to jump out the gym. Because everybody on the Golden State Warriors is basically up there with the Clippers. They old, man. Steph 37 or about to be 37. Dre 34, 35. Jimmy 35, 36 years old.
He could be
They're
like
they're
another Jimmy. He could
they
be like, I
need.
mean, if he get a little better, I mean, his jump shot almost there. If he get another, a little bit more on his jump shot, he like Jimmy Jr.
So this last year, he's going to make about $7 to $8 million. The Warriors are basically shutting down trade talks now. I don't even want to trade him no more because what they want to return is a first rounder and a young, promising talent. That's what they want in return for Johnathan Kuminga.
Make that make
So
sense. How you gonna hold a dude back and then ask for a first round pick? That don't make no sense.
the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings have made offers to Johnathan Kuminga that would land him a $90 million contract over 4 years and almost promise him a starting role. However, they're not, the Suns and the Kings are not willing to give up any of their young talent or first round pick in return for Johnathan Kuminga. So the Warriors is like, well, I'm not letting this dude go for nothing. We saw in a big enough sample that he averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 or 3 assists. Like that's hard to come by in the NBA. Everybody in the NBA wants a 6'8", 6'9" athletic guy that can guard and get to the basket. Everybody wants that. And if the Warriors let that go, well, all they got is Jimmy Butler, in which he's 36 years old. You
Uh,
don't want a guy like that guarding the best player on the opposite team night in and night out if you want to have a chance, you know? So it's more so, well, we're stuck. That's
well,
the
I was
situation.
Jonathan. I stick to my guns at this point. If you're not gonna accept that last deal that they try to give you, at this point, you might as well stick to your guns because, yeah, I mean, what else you gonna do? Because they're
What
gonna
else
hit
you gonna do?
you pretty much how they did you last season, putting you in this first. Right quick though, I need everybody in the live. Make sure you share the live, man. We trying to get everybody in here, man. Share that live, please. But yeah, I think that he should stick to his guns and try to figure out a way that either he works things out with management or something to where he can actually show himself like, look, man, I understand what y'all trying to do, but at least let me showcase myself enough to where if y'all gonna move on from me, I can, you know what I'm saying, make a case for myself to get the money I'm trying to get for whatever team I'm trying to go to. And then at this point, if they don't do that, then it starts to look like it's personal.
So what's weird about, to me, well, it's not weird. Jonathan Kuminga is gambling on himself. Simple as that. He don't want to change his game, and maybe nor should he to fit the Warriors. He is like, I'm going to do what got me here. I want the ball in my hand. I'm not going to play your motion offense. I'm going to get the ball and go downhill. I don't care about the first, second, third pass. I don't care about coming off the screen because matter of fact, I don't do that very well. Tapes have shown.
But when you draft a player like him, shouldn't the team especially after he's proven himself. Shouldn't the team be kind of like catering to that, because he is in the second unit? It's not like he's coming in and he's in the first unit and they necessarily have to run the offense, because Steph ain't probably part of that second unit. So shouldn't they cater to the fact that he can play like that?
They want so, and that's the other part of this.
What's up, Jackson?
Jonathan Kuminga, Jonathan Kuminga want to start, just straight up. I want to start.
What's up, Devin?
Let me start. I so the Phoenix Suns, Sacramento Kings, they're promising a starting role and guaranteed money. Matter of fact, the Phoenix Suns is all the way guaranteeing $70 million of that $90 million contract.
But they're
So he
not
want to
gonna win
start,
though. I
right?
money to spend.
So as the Warriors, I mean, with the year they drafted him, remember they won a championship. Now Jonathan Kuminga wasn't a big part of that, but he got drafted into a championship situation. Hell no, I'm not going to change the way we play, the way we've been winning over the past decade to fit you. Like, I understand you the seventh pick in the draft. You got all this athleticism. You're 6'8", 6'9".
But wait a minute.
But
When you draft, wait a minute.
okay, run it.
It don't make no sense when you draft somebody that high. And once again, he's proven the fact that he can do this. Now, I'm not saying that you got to change the starter's offense, but when he's in the game and especially if he's going to be a part of the second unit, yeah, you should cater the offense a little bit to him. I mean, Steve Kerr is an innovative enough coach to be able to pull that off. Especially if a player that you done seen in the playoffs give you 25, 30, 35, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to figure out some type of way to get this man a couple of plays. I don't think it's going to kill you to run 2 or 3 plays in the second unit to get him what he need to do. And then also basketball wise, it gives you a second option or a counterpart to what you're doing already. Yeah, you motion, but boom, all of a sudden you got to do this, just breaking everybody down. That would confuse the defense, because you're running the offense all through the game with your first, second, third unit. But then if you get your second unit, and your second unit guy is a dude that can give you a Kobe night or something like that, why wouldn't you? It's a switch. Okay, boom. Now we went from running around screens all day to damn. Now we got to stop this dude. I feel like this is that, that tug of war with the upper management and the coach and everything, that I almost feel like Steve has been a little lazy.
Look,
I'm
so
I'm feeling like he's been a little lazy here,
I'm
because like
what I
this.
want what I want to add to this whole ordeal is Steve Kerr is the highest paid coach in the NBA.
That don't mean nothing.
What I'm saying is maybe he should be able to figure this out to keep this guy happy and be able to win games. Now,
Back.
Steve, so there's a part of this where we've won this way and we continue to win this way. Matter of fact, I can even make an argument that the Warriors go on to the Western Conference Finals to face off against OKC had Steph not getting hurt, that had not gotten hurt. And what's up?
Merck say if you allow one to do it, everybody wants to do it. No, everybody ain't giving 30 points to people in the playoffs. We ain't see that from your boy they just paid. The other guy that they paid. What's his name? Um
Moses
number
Moody,
4. Is his name
Brandon,
number
Brandon
4?
Krasinski.
No, the other guard that can shoot. Or the forward that can shoot on their team. They come off the bench. Not Hill, the other dude. Dang.
You talking about the Warriors?
Yes, the Warriors. The other guard is his number 4 or something like that. What is his name? I'm sorry, you guys. I know his name. I'm just um
Are you talking about
other guard, the other forward
Buddy
that
Hield?
not Hill, the other
Not
guard, not the other
not Brandon
forward.
Krasinski, not GP2, not Moses Moody, not
Moody. Moody. There you
I
go.
said him first. Man, you got to
Oh,
be
you did?
listening
I
to
don't
me,
hear you.
bro.
My bad.
I'm
My bad.
going to throw something at you.
My bad, Joe. Like,
Moses Moody, yeah.
Moody ain't gave you 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, we gonna keep it real. When certain dudes do certain things, you get certain love. We ain't gonna even play it like that. Like, if all right, you give me 30, 25 in a row, Moody, yeah, you might get a play for you. But when you done did it during the regular season and in the playoffs, it ain't
Yeah.
no, I give this guy a chance and everybody know. He done earned the right. He done earned the right. Moody is not like they ain't playing the type. Moody is playing minutes too. So we're not gonna say like, oh, he's not playing minutes, so it doesn't equal out. No, he's out there on the floor with dude and everything, but he ain't giving people 25, 30. This dude is. Look, if I'm a coach, you got a player too. If you give me 25, 30 and you cause some wins in the playoffs. Yeah, you can get a player too. That don't make no sense.
Okay. So, let's switch topics real quick.
All right.
There's been a push or a rumor mill started for LeBron James. Most recent news is I think I heard Stephen A. talking about wanting LeBron James to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers to end off his career. How you feel about it? And is it even realistic?
First of all, no. It's not realistic. I think he's pretty much grounded in LA.
Okay.
For the most part, everything that's going on with his family and everything, he in LA. It would be too much of a big move because this. If you take LeBron, you got to bring the son with you, and it ain't. And it's too much of. It'll be too much rigmarole, as my grandma used to say, to be able to get him and the
My
son
dog said
into
rigmarole.
that
Damn.
rigmarole. You
Miss you,
know,
Granny.
Willie Bell. And so, you know what I mean? Like it'd be too much of that to be able to get that going on. LeBron needs to shut the hell up and just do what he need to do in LA. People need to shut up and quit trying to make this man do other things. Let LeBron do what he gonna do. If he ain't said nothing about going to Cleveland, quit trying to push him in different areas. Uh, I don't think he doesn't want to not play with Luka. I'm getting this impression that people are getting in this vibe that he don't want to play with Luka, and you would be tripping if you think that he don't want to play with Luka. What kills me about media is that they set a narrative, and a lot of idiots follow the narrative because of the person that's saying it, and you have to stop drawing your conclusions from other people. You have to start having your own mind in this situation when you look at things. And like LeBron going to Cleveland, in our eyes, yeah, it would make sense. I'm gonna go home. I mean, I ain't gonna say in our eyes, but I say in fans' eyes, it makes sense. I'm gonna go home, finish my career in Cleveland. But LeBron is pretty much where he needs to be in order for him to do what he needs to do on the other side of basketball. And at this point, if he wins a championship, great. We heard that in the interview. Championships ain't everything to him. So if that didn't tell you what time he's on right now at this point in his career, he's not. We're not going to say he's not playing for championships, but that's not the end all be all for him because he already has four. So right now we're planning on the next thing, buying the team, getting these movie deals, making sure my son is good while I'm here, things like that. Those are the type of things that we should be focusing on when we start deciding his fate and where he should go. He's cemented in LA. He has a lot of things, businesses, things that he's invested in, including his family, which we know he's an extreme family man. So everything is based in LA. So for him to go to Cleveland just on some basketball stuff at this point in his career sounds ridiculous.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. When the rumors was going on and Stephen A was talking about it, he was making a push for it. I was streaming a little bit. I was there. I was like, LeBron go back to Cleveland for a third stint and try to win because, in the East they got what Dame just got traded back to Portland, or signed back with Portland. Uh, Tatum down with Achilles. Mr. Pure point guard out of Indiana, he's down with Achilles. Like the East look wide open. Uh, Embiid and them can't stay healthy. It's up in the air. So I was like, well, that would be cool, but who would Cleveland have to give up? Who would they want? Because LeBron is making $52 million.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it don't make no sense. You know,
Right, you have to trade like a lot of players to get to
and a
get
lot of players
Bron.
that are key to Cleveland winning because everybody think it's just
Exactly.
surrounded around Donovan Mitchell. And no, what makes Cleveland good is the fact that they're a complete team and they have a person at every position that can play.
And remember,
And
Cleveland just got Lonzo Ball, man. On
and
and
another thing too, LeBron has already got that championship for Cleveland. He's over that. Y'all, let's not forget that he did beat the 73-9 Warriors to win a championship in Cleveland. So
3-1 comeback,
for him
man.
to come back to me would kill all that noise. It would just kind of like tarnish it a little bit. You came back, got one for the Gipper. You try one more time. J.R. Smith is an idiot. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Oh, I,
523. That's for sure.
there it
Yeah,
is.
3 minutes.
Every time
J.R.
I
J.R. Smith shot. Buyout. That's a short. Anyway, though, so J.R. Smith is an idiot. So now, okay, now we left. We went to L.A. We went kind of like follow the big homie Kobe, like steps, got a ring there. He like, I done did what I needed to do. I ain't gonna get Mike, so I'm gonna downplay championships and I'm just gonna chill in LA. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna catch him, but I got everything else. I got all the number records, all the everything records, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So like he good. So quit trying to make LeBron leave, man. Everybody, y'all be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Quit trying to force this man to be the GOAT. He gotta come. You can't force him, man.
I gotta I gotta ask because we dreaming a little bit here, right? Because they brought the question. We flirting with the idea of Bron Black back in Cleveland. They probably have to give up like Jared Allen or whatever. Anyway, let's say they actually do get Bron and they got Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley and Lonzo and his homeboy Tristan Thompson. They win some games and ultimately they do actually make it out the East. Could they beat who came out the West though? Like would they be able to beat a OKC or Denver or like any of the teams that's favored in the West?
OG Willie said, but it will be back for business, and he knows the Lakers would draft his baby boy. First of all, no, they wouldn't draft him because all the people that would have drafted him is gone. You forget, Lakers are owned by somebody else. They are not, and the people that are owning the Lakers are not in the LeBron business. So you gotta keep track of your media with that. Secondly, OG, baby boy ain't that good. So we gonna wait on that to see what happens with that. And so yeah, but go ahead and continue.
You talking about so I guess OG Willie posed a question or gave a comment that it would be bad for business if he did leave. And plus he's counting on the Lakers to draft his baby boy, which is Bryce James, who
Oh,
just
he's
went
saying bad. He said back, but he mean bad. Oh, okay.
yeah. Bad for business. So Bryce James is going to be starting his freshman year at Arizona. And I wonder I think you're right with that one. On our next topic, we are going to be talking about this Luka extension, and that effectively, if you didn't see it last year, that effectively allowed the Lakers to move on from LeBron James because they're in a weird situation with him. Man, he's 40. It's about to be 41 this upcoming season, and even though he did finish sixth in the MVP voting last year, balling his ass off, he's 40 and he's making $50 million. Would they be catering to LeBron this upcoming draft, drafting Bryce James for what? LeBron got maybe One good year. Now, let's say Bryce go and actually do something crazy in college this upcoming year. All right, maybe so. But honestly, Bryce looked like he's a 4-year guy right now. But we'll see. We'll see. But my question posed to you, even if Cleveland did have a LeBron James, could they beat OKC? Could they beat Denver? Could they beat the Clippers? Could they beat any of the favorites, the contenders coming out the West?
Mm, let me think. No,
No.
no. That's not. I don't even have to elaborate. No, he's 40.
No. He should.
You know what? I will elaborate. He's 40. Like, even when the healthy LeBron, as of late for the last couple of years, they haven't equaled out 2 wins. So if we're basing off what we've seen for the last couple of years, it hasn't equaled out to that. Now, then maybe going to the finals, yeah, with LeBron on the team, they probably could. But then when you face somebody like an OKC or a Denver or something like that, things get different.
Things do get different. And I think Bron knows better than anybody. I would actually put my money on the Cavs, even with a 40-year-old LeBron. I really
Yeah.
would.
Now, see, my
'Cause
thing with this is if he makes it out the West to the finals, he has a better chance of beating the Eastern team than him making it out the East in the finals, and he has a chance beating the Western team.
I would definitely agree with that. Now, so that's why this whole question was posed because the West this year,
Crazy.
ooh, ooh,
West
ooh,
crazy this year.
ooh.
The
Golden
West.
State with Jimmy on the team from start and get the extra practice with the dudes, and you got OKC, the returning champs. Folks are saying Denver got better, even though they got rid of Michael Porter Jr. Who
Houston.
golly, what's
Houston.
up? Oh
Houston.
yeah, Houston got KD. Oh,
San
yeah.
Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah, Darian Fox signed his max extension,
Uh,
220 million. Got Wemby coming back for his second year after he just got done talking to the monks and talking to KG.
yeah.
KG coaching them up this offseason. The West is crazy right now.
Yeah. Memphis still coming. They coming back with they
Memphis.
and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The West. Oh,
um,
Clippers. We you can't forget the Clippers. I know
can't
they the
forget the
OG
Clippers.
squad. They like you know what I'm saying. They probably walk in with a bunch of walkers and stuff. But once they put them walkers down, y'all getting your ass whooped. Y'all better hope that they once the walkers come down that they hurt after that. But now they put Chris Paul in a position to where he ain't got to play 40 minutes. So you mean to tell me you might get this whole second half of a healthy Chris Paul in the playoffs?
Careful.
Trouble,
Careful.
trouble, and we know
Uh,
Kawhi. He can be anybody from Jordan to street clothes from any moment to moment. You know what I'm saying? But if we can get the Jordan version of Kawhi, people are in trouble, man.
Facts. I agree. I agree. And all Zion got to do is put his X down, and he might be able to play some ball too.
He need to
Because
put the porn down, the X down, the
he might be able to.
thing. He need to put
The
them all.
Rose might be able to do something too.
He
Oh,
need
wait, and we ain't talked about Dallas either.
to.
Because when Dallas, young Cooper Flag, and when Kyrie coming back from
Oh,
his
wait a minute.
condition,
Before we talk about Dallas, we got to see Cooper first, though. We got to see Cooper first because, you know, playing in the exhibition game with the Olympic team is different than 24/7. And if you do become some point of some part of an offense or become a focal point of the offense, people are scouting you now. So I got to see Cooper first. I'm not finna sit up here and give him nothing because in the playoffs, in March Madness, he didn't look like somebody I would just get the keys to yet. You know what I mean? It was a lot of plays that he could have did and things he could have did better at Duke during that tournament that could have maybe led them. I even feel like the shot that he took at the end of the game wasn't the best shot. So, and he did have the ball at the end of the game on his own, and he didn't come through. So we have to see what type of player we gonna get. Are we gonna get a what's his name, Chandler from the dude that signed the big contract. What was it? What's it
Yeah,
called?
Houston Rockets.
Or the
Yeah,
Rockets? Are we gonna
yeah.
get that? Are we gonna get that guy? Where we get Spurs? Or are we gonna get a Gordon?
You know what I see for Cooper Flag? He'll play the role of a young Kawhi with the Spurs. He's not going to be the go-to guy. He's just going to be that young fella that's 6'8", 6'9", with a 37, 38-inch vertical, 7-foot wingspan. Like, go guard the best player. Let Klay Thompson score. Let D'Angelo Russell get his buckets. Let Anthony Davis go off. Let Derek Lively, let Gafford, like those guys. Like,
This
let those guys do what they do.
this is what I got for him. At his peak, I see a what's Gordon's first name?
Hayward, Gordon Hayward.
Hayward, Gordon Hayward. I see him. Oh, that's right. It was his first name, Gordon. That's crazy. But Gordon Hayward at his peak and a Christian Laettner at his low. That's why I don't see him going anything further than in between them two. He's either going to be a Gordon Hayward or he's going to be a Christian Laettner. He's not going to be a superstar.
Superstar. Quick prediction before we move on to the next topic. Will he make an All-Star team?
No.
Okay.
Too many
So
people at
next
his
topic.
position, especially in the West at small forward. Hell no.
Next
Well, like
topic.
who he gonna make it over? Like KD going for sure. He ain't going over LeBron because he's gonna get the sympathy vote. Um, um, Kawhi,
Remember,
Kawhi, he got a bunch of dudes at his position that he got to jump over first before we start considering him an all star before we even see him play.
what I'm saying, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. It was just, I'm talking, he has a chance 5, 6, 7 years down the road where his game developed, that should give him the ball, and he get a chance to do something with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Now, next topic, Luka Doncic has signed this extension for 3 years, 165 million. Now, he could have held out. He could have held out for another year and signed a supermax worth up to 325 million. But he decided to sign this 3-year extension for 165 million. So that would effectively make him a Laker through the year 2028. Um, like I said earlier, this contract extension is going to effectively make even more so, Luka Doncic the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. With their signings of Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton, are they at least a contender in the West?
Any team with Luka and LeBron is a contender. I don't think that's really pretty much up for debate. Um,
Okay.
my thing is is Luka losing weight going to translate to defense? Because at the end of the day, when you start playing teams like Oklahoma and Denver and stuff like that, you got to play defense. So with the Lakers can be either the best team in the West or a run of the mill team, depending upon defense. Um, a lot of people don't. A lot of people are kind of like 50-50 with the DeAndre Ayton add on. I actually like it. I actually think it's one of the top moves that was made in the off season because I think because of the fact that he went to Portland and people didn't kind of like see him in on TV and stuff like that. That they kind of forget that the dude averaged 21 and 10. And now you put him with a guy who likes giving the center of the ball in Luka, and then you put him in a position to where now all you got to do is to make easy baskets and just play defense. I think if the Lakers can lock in on defense, they can be a top two, top three team. We've seen them go three or four last year, so it's not. And now with after adding Luka with no chemistry at all, basically. Just added them, and then they just jumped up and won like 14 games in a row or some crazy stuff. So I think that if you come from the gate, and if Luka keep looking the way he's looking so far as weight wise, and he's focused on trying to be better conditioned, that if he can start to just play a little defense, he ain't got to play a lot, just enough to maintain his player to where you ain't hiding him so much in the offense. The Lakers can still maintain whatever they were last year. I think they can go from anywhere to second or third, maybe even fourth. I think Houston is going to make a big jump. Houston going to make a big jump. Ime Udoka teams be great, and especially when you add a person like KD to the mix, to a team that really didn't lose anything so far as getting them. That Houston are definitely going to make a jump. They're definitely going to have a better record than the Lakers, I really predict. But that still would leave the Lakers and the Warriors fighting for that fourth and fifth spot, unless the Warriors make a jump. So the Lakers can be up there. It's just a matter of defense. You know what I mean? Defense win championships, and when you play teams like Indiana and Oklahoma's and stuff like that, getting back on D, which is something that's not been good for Luka, then it becomes a problem.
The Lakers are one of the most interesting rosters this offseason because with the addition of Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton, they could do something. I don't know what it is, but they could do something. Remember, DeAndre Ayton actually made the finals in Phoenix, even though they got smoked in the finals. You saw with some strong leadership and a leader that won't back down, like DeAndre Ayton can play ball. He can play ball. He's a serviceable pick and roll guy. You know what he's going to look like when you put him beside a Luka Doncic and a LeBron James. He's going to know how to play basketball. He's going to know how to be in the right position. What kind of frightens me about the Lakers is JJ Redick, actually. Like, he was doing wonderful throughout the regular season, and it came postseason. You playing 40-year-old 48 minutes at the center position after he came off an injury. That's the wild card for me. What's going to happen once they make the playoffs? But this might be a little controversial, and I said it in some forums and in some comments. They may want to consider actually making Austin Reeves the sixth man and starting Marcus Smart, because you can put Marcus Smart on basically 1 through 3, 1 through 4 on a defensive end, especially if Luka Doncic is still on that cone stuff where he just a cone out there on defense. Now, you saw Luka lose that weight, and he's actually ramping up to play for the Slovenian national team for EuroLeague to get ready for the FIBA basketball and Olympics or whatnot. So we're going to kind of get a glimpse of what he's on this summer and if he's actually going to be playing defense. But if they make that move, if they start Marcus Smart and move Austin Reeves to the bench, that will look like a Luka at point.
I don't like that.
You don't like that move?
No, I don't like it at all. In the West, you can't have no lack in offense at all. Marcus Smart isn't the guy that you want in there as your starter, especially at the end of the game. Especially, my thing is that when you in the West, defense, yeah, is great, but your offense, you got to be prepared to score and go up in the upper of 120 and 130. And when you put in Marcus Smart, that takes that away. Also, Austin Rivers is the confidence player. You put him on a bench after starting him the last couple of seasons, you kind of like strip him of his confidence. And I don't care what anybody says. When you're a player, you want to start. And anytime you get benched for whatever reason, it strips you of your confidence in some shape, form, or fashion. So you need to be able to figure out how to make him in him. Now, Marcus is used to being a 6-man. He was a 6-man of the year before. So having Austin come off the bench would be a real more of a stretch for him than it would be for Marcus. So I don't think that would be a good idea, especially in the sense that too also Austin is in a contract year where he can make a decision whether or not he wants to stay or not. So I definitely don't want to put him in a position to where, well, look, if you're gonna be putting me on the bench and I might be able to go somewhere and start, and I start thinking other ways because sometimes that can suck the life out of a player. Pause when he's playing during the season. Like, look, these dudes ain't gonna start me anyway, so I'm just gonna do what I need to do so I can make sure I get signed by somebody who's gonna play me. So those are the type of things that you got to worry about when you decide to bench a starter.
Should the Lakers re-sign Austin Reeves? Should they give him his contract extension?
At this point, yeah, because it's another option. If it was somebody out there that was worthy of being signed over him, then maybe I would consider it. But I don't see another shooting guard that's better than him at this particular juncture of the offseason that's going to really fit. Now, if they can do a sign and trade and maybe get somebody that can fit them or something like that, maybe. But so far as right now, and you looking at the free agent list and who's out there, it's not really a shooting guard where you'd be like, okay, well, we can let go of Austin and we can replace what he gives to the team. Because essentially, he's really a point guard. To me, I think he's just, I think he's closer to a Halliburton than he is a Steph, and I think that that's the problem. Luka and him are playing the wrong position.
I'm trying to figure out. Well,
Because Luka
no,
passed out of desperation. Um, Austin passes in the sense of running the offense, and that's the difference. Like Luka plays the pick and roll. Like if they take my shot away, then I'm going to pass. Austin plays if we run a pick and roll. I'm looking for the roller. If they take the roller away, then I'm going to shoot.
I disagree with that a little because Austin Reeves could be hella aggressive, really.
No,
Um,
can be, and your mentality is two different things. I'm telling you mentalities. I'm not telling you what things that can happen during the game if ands or buts, or I mean not if ands or buts, but like at moments. I'm talking about mentality going into the game and what they're thinking overall. Luka's not going into the pick and roll unless it's he's trying to maybe the center he might be thinking pick and roll first option, but for the most part he's looking to create offense for himself. Austin, when he's not being aggressive, he's better at playing a point guard position because he's thinking pass first.
I've never known Austin Reeves to be a pass first guy. He's
What?
Luka and LeBron put him in a position to be aggressive. They want him to go score.
How,
When he's coming off that pick and roll, he's looking to get fouled.
but just from what
So
you said, that don't make no sense. If they're telling him they're putting him in a position for him to be aggressive to do that, that means that's not his mindset in the first place. His mindset is to, okay, I'm looking for you guys because you are who you are. You're telling me right now essentially what you just said is they're putting him in a position to make him be aggressive. A person who's naturally offensive minded, you ain't gotta make him be aggressive. Luka is aggressive. When I come off the screen, if you leave me open, I'm busting your ass. Austin is thinking when he's coming off the screen, okay, if that's open, I'm giving that up before I take my own shot. So essentially what you just said, you made my point though.
he's the third option on that team, right? So when he gets the ball, he's not really looking to pass, is what I'm telling you. They don't
I,
want him to pass. That's why he averaged 20 points.
I don't see that.
He wants to score the pass. He wants to score the ball. He's not really looking to pass.
I don't see that because I saw in moments when they was playing that they were saying that he's the best person running the offense when he's playing at that position. And I know you saw that, and I know you heard commentators say that during the game, especially when they would run pick and roll off him, that he would be the best guy to run the offense.
Austin Reeves over Luka Doncic to run the
So
offense.
I'm talking about when it was times when it was just Austin on the floor, and not necessarily every single time when Luka. I'm talking about prior to Luka. because you got to remember, Luka only played the
Okay.
second half of the season. Prior to Luka, when it was time to run the offense, they would go to Austin.
I see that. He averaged 6 assists last year, so he can pass. Don't get me
But
wrong. It's just I see him looking for his own shot more so than
well,
looking for the
now
pass.
because he's next to Luka, and so like his position isn't to give up the ball now. Now he's the second or third option now, so his option now, he goes back. But I don't think that's his game, and I think that's what changed now. Oh, perfect. What changed and what got bad for him in the playoffs is, I think, that right there. I think they try to make him play a game that he's not essentially used to playing. His he's not an aggressive guy offensively. I think he does it because in the offensive scheme, that's what he has to do. But when he was averaging 17 and 6 and 7, the Lakers was better. True or false?
Oof. Oof. That that's hard to say true or false to because they did finish third last season, and it was only by a game. They almost finished
That's
second.
because of the Luka add-on, though. It's like you got to separate moments. Okay, the time we talk. Let's go championship year, because he was on that championship team, wasn't he?
No, no, that was Rondo and AD
Okay,
and
I thought
Howard.
that championship team. Okay, so the
Let me
next year,
look it
right?
up.
So
Let me look it
that
up. Let
was
me make sure.
no, he was on K. That was KCP. Sorry about that. The year after that, right? The year
Right.
put him on the map. Was he more of a complete player, or do you feel like he was more of just specifically an offensive guy?
Oh, more of a complete player. I would say more of a complete player.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his best year, he played as a complete player. So if you say that, that would mean he's better at being what?
It, I see what you did there, but uh,
The
this
best version of him,
effectively was his best year. Last year is when he averaged 26 and 4. Like they was putting the ball in his hands, game on the line type stuff.
but
So
see, but
it's
actually that's
like
the thing. But look though, what did it get him compared to when he was playing his game? Like
what
they
do you
got
mean?
their
What did he
ass
get him?
whooped in the playoffs with him trying to be that person, and you can see he wasn't himself. True or false?
Was it his fault though that
I
they
didn't
was
say
getting in their
it's his
field?
fault. It's always gonna be on Luka and LeBron. That's always going how they go. As the team goes, how they go. But I'm saying with Austin
Hmm.
playing the way they wanted him to play, compared to what made him get in the position that he is, it made him look different in the playoffs, right? He didn't look like himself trying to be that guy in the playoffs, right? That was like the word during the playoff series, right? Like, where's
Right.
Austin, right?
There
Because
was somewhere in Austin because it
so
was bad
essentially,
in the playoffs.
Luka took his spot.
Yeah.
So far as the guy that runs the offense in crunch time when all the other point guards ain't, because they really didn't have no true point guards. They had a bunch of shooting guards playing point guard. When it came down to running the offense, they would get the ball to Austin. Then you take that away and you give it into essentially an ISO player and a high pick and roll player that takes him out the offense.
The this year's playoff was a bad example of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Brown was coming off injury, but he was playing MVP level basketball the entire season. So you were used to doing this one thing the entire season, and then come playoffs. Out of all things, the damn playoffs, you want me to switch up and do something different. Like
I
I've
don't
been
think
doing
I
this
was
one thing. Hold on, I've been doing this one thing the whole year, and then you're gonna switch me up for the playoffs. I'm not used to being like the second option here. And then you got Luka out of shape. You got a 40-year-old playing the center for 48 minutes. It's that the playoffs was a mess for the Lakers.
think you giving the coaching staff a little bit more credit than you
Oh
then you
no, I'm actually trashing the
LeBron
coaching
had a
staff
lot
right now.
to do with it. A lot of you ain't coming and tell LeBron you got to do this when you JJ Redick. LeBron is suggesting these things. LeBron is going, well, maybe that does make sense. So it doesn't make sense for somebody as his caliber, as coaches is coming out, LeBron, you got to play center. You got to play. He's just going, all right, coach, you said what you said. And I think it was a lot of collaboration, which I think is essentially why JJ got hired, because I think that it would be more collaboration on what goes on with the team. And I think with the team, and I think that LeBron had a lot of input that he's not taking credit for on what position and what and how he played. Um, I think it's a scapegoat. I think he tried to blame the fact that he was trying to play more defense for his lack of offense. Um, um, and we can't. I don't like the fact that when he doesn't have a good game or he doesn't do both sides, that we use his age. But then when he plays a good game, we just say he's a great player. I don't like that.
And to our viewers, you're speaking. This is a Jordan guy through and through.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This not a
Now
Jordan.
let's
This has nothing to do with Jordan. This has to do
into
with ageism. This is age. This is an ageism thing, because
ageism.
when LeBron doesn't do well, we all
Okay.
say he's 40 years old. Oh, that's why he couldn't play defense and offense. But when he essentially does play defense and offense and he gives you 25, 22, and I mean 25, 10, and 8, and has a couple of blocks, oh, he's just a great player. And he's 40. We can't
Okay.
do that. When you 40 and you in the playoffs, if you on the court, Jan, you know the rule, Jan. And we've been saying this since the beginning of the show. If you on the court and you that guy, you got to be that guy, right?
Except when you come back from a hamstring injury and you're the second option on the Los Angeles Lakers and
But
you're being
no,
asked to play
that
48
but
minutes,
we,
like
but we have
that's
a
the
thing
issue
about
right
the
there.
thing though. What did we say about injuries? If you on the court, you playing. Don't
Of
do that.
course, of
Yeah,
course, when
if
you're
you're
on
on
the
the court,
court,
if
you're
you decide
playing.
to play with your punk ass hamstring, you need to show the fuck up, right?
So it's Jordan coming out, right?
I'm not.
Pants
No, I'm not
hamstring,
talking
you know,
about the Jordan.
pants.
I'm not. This doesn't. I swear to God on my kids, this does not have nothing to do with Jordan. This has to go with our rules about playing basketball, Jan. Don't switch
Yes,
up on me. Don't.
if you're a competitor out
If you
on the
decide
floor,
to play, whether you injured or not, you need to show the hell up, right?
if you're a
That's always
competitor,
been. That's always been our
and you
rule.
step if if you're a competitor and you step on that floor as a competitor, I'm looking at you. I don't care if you got a missing leg. You decide to step on
Exactly.
that floor. I'm going
You
at your neck.
decide to step back
However,
out here.
that doesn't take away from the context of what happened there. You were
But see,
playing. You
okay.
hold on, hold on. You finished sixth in MVP voting. You
Mm-hmm.
were balling. We
Mm-hmm.
have a big sample size of what you were doing during the season.
Mm-hmm.
That injury happened and shit
Mm-hmm.
changed. Even though
Okay.
you were still on the floor, you gave it your all. You left it all out. You left it on the court.
So
But
why did we give him so much love for the defense with the same injury, but we're not taking the slack off that he didn't show up offensively? Because everybody was talking about his historic defense and how he was stopping
Mhm.
everybody and
Mhm.
doing all these things on whatchamacallit on the same bad hamstring, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
he did not show up on offense. And essentially, with the in his position, with Luka being fat and out of shape, we need you a little bit more on offense than defense at certain points of the game. True or
At,
false?
at some point, when as as basketball fans, as the viewers of the game, be like, damn, he is 40 years old. Why am I asking him to
That's
give me
what.
30 and play MVP level defense?
But that's what
That's
I'm saying.
crazy. Like
He chose to come
I'm
back
not
at
going to ask a
40.
40
We
year
can't
old
give
to
him
give
that
me
excuse.
30 and play the
He
greatest
chose
defense
to come
ever.
back, Jan. We can't give him that excuse. Nobody made this man come back at 40. He chose to come back at 40. So we can't say, oh, he's 40. Yeah, that's the choice. When you 40, you just happen to be goddamn slower than everybody else because you fucking 40. But you chose to come back and be 40 and do this. So we're not going to give him no slack just because he's 40. You didn't have to come back and do this. Nobody asked you to come back and do this. So once
The
you put
Lakers
your
did.
ass on the court at 40,
The Lakers did.
at 25, or whatever age you is, you chose to bring your ass out here. So how we gonna give him slack? Oh, he's 40. Yeah, he brought his ass out here. What you think is gonna happen when you playing 20 years old, 20-year-old players and you 40? What you think you finna get some love?
In natural love. I'm just saying,
But I'm saying though,
I'm
but you
not
can't
expecting a
put it off. You
40-year-old to
keep
give
trying
me
to put it on
30.
age like that means something. He chose to come back at 40. Nobody asked him to come back at 40. If you come
I'm
back
pretty
at
sure
40,
J.J.
your
Redick
ass
and the
whooped.
coaching staff asked
That's
him to
what
come back and
happened
play
when you're 40,
basketball.
my nigga. But if you know when you're 40, injuries hit you different. Everybody know from the beginning of the time, a 40-year-old injury is way different than a 20-year-old. But you also chose to come back at 40. So yeah, if you pull a hamstring, it's gonna take you 3 weeks instead of 2. That's your bad.
But if he sat out, we would have been like, oh, he's
No, it
soft. He
ain't
sat out. He
about
didn't
sitting.
want to play through
No, it
injury.
would
Nah.
that would look better than him playing and then making the excuse that the fact that he's playing. Because now, if you're 40 and you sit out, I understand because you're fucking 40. But if you 40 and you decide to play, you got to take whatever comes with the fact that you decided to play, which is a rule
Motherfuckers lose.
that we've always established. If you put on the court, we say this about Halliburton and anybody else. Once you decided to play with that injury, that was on him. We did that during the playoffs with Halliburton.
Motherfuckers lose all kind of sense when they talking about LeBron James,
I'm
boy.
not
Now,
losing this.
now look,
Anybody in the live, do I sound like I'm not making any sense? How can we blame? How can we take away the fact that he chose to do this? Why you keep trying to give him the fact that he's 40? He chose to come back at 40.
look, let's go ahead and switch to this last topic. We kind of went overboard on this one. Um, Richard Jefferson made a comment that the Olympics that come in 2028 in LA, that the USA team will not be the favorites. Agree or disagree?
Slap him. I think he be trying to get some kind of like viral points or something. Slap that dude. Him and the other dude, Shannon Fry, they need to be put in the stupid box somewhere. Like, if you don't think that the US ain't always going to be the favorite once they decide to put a Ja on the team after he stopped grabbing guns and you get a healthy Zion, like, you're an idiot.
what is what is that 2028 team going to look like for real?
I
Like,
just told you, Ja and Zion, game over. I don't know what we're talking
that's
about.
it.
What are we talking about? What are
So
we
we
talking
have
about? You
a
put Zion
Devin
and,
Booker
Ja on the same team, it's a wrap.
with
I
an
don't even
Anthony
know.
Edwards.
We got a healthy body and we got a healthy Jason who's starting now. We got a
Yeah,
Jalen who's playing now. We got a by then maybe Embiid has been in the world long enough to possibly want to play for USA by then because he should have his citizenship by then. But if not, we still got a Joel. We still got other big guys that are coming along. Like that team look like you getting your ass whooped. That's what it looked like. I don't understand why people like. Why do y'all do this? Yeah, Iverson and them lost, but they lost because they had a bad constructed team. That what you would call a team with D Wade in them. They had a bad constructed team for that. After that, then what? What are we talking about since then? Once Kobe hit the court, y'all have been losing. I don't understand why everybody makes it seem like, oh, I don't know what they're gonna do this year. Once LeBron and Steph signed up, it was over for everybody because we know now everybody gonna say, oh, LeBron and Steph going. Oh, well, I'm going. And by that juncture, if Zion stop messing with these hoes and Ja stop put the guns down and they become the people they supposed to be, they're going to be that version of them. Once, because they're going to be leading in the new school, all these dreadheads and stuff like that. All these the youngsters who want to come in, and they will be the poster boys for those dudes. Zion say I'm going, Ja say I'm going. Everybody else gonna sign up, and everybody else is dead. So shut up. I don't understand. Like, I don't
so
care how hard these dudes practice over there overseas. You still getting dunked on, Playboy. I don't care.
that's what's funny. He was pointing out how we struggled against Serbia and how we struggled against France in the championship. I don't think we're ever going to blow out teams
Nobody,
again
no.
like it once was. But for us not to be the favorites, man, when we got the young Cade Cunningham coming, we got Anthony Edwards, we got a Chet, we got
If
Donovan
Cooper,
Mitchell, we got Jalen Williams, we
if Cooper
got
becomes Cooper, we got Cooper. If we
got
got all these new dudes that done came through, man,
Evan
and
Mobley,
we got
Jalen Brown, Jason
LaMelo.
Tatum,
Like, can you
Devin
imagine
Booker.
LaMelo and Ja?
Yeah,
LaMelo Alley from to Zion or Ja. Like, dude, you understand underhand alley oops from the other side of the court with LaMelo and to Ja and to it's gonna really what's gonna happen. It's gonna become a show. That's what. That's what. Because these youngsters gonna come in and be like, man, these dudes is trash. Because you gotta remember, half these dudes have been playing these dudes. Because some of
yeah.
these dudes become straight college ranks. A lot of these dudes went overseas and saw these dudes and like, look, no, y'all putting it on. they
And
really, they
don't
really
forget about them
trash
Thompson
though.
twins too. Them Thompson
Um,
twins and
that's
to
what
them
I'm
Thompson
saying.
twins.
And they like to play defense, and they offense is catching up to their defense. In 4 years, are you serious? You talking about 20, and then we shut down whoever else you got? Like, man, stop.
I ain't even mentioned Scotty Barnes and Trey Young. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man,
We
like
got some heat.
our point guards is Ja and Trey, like, and then our shooting
Yeah.
guard is Ant and whoever else behind him.
Devin
And,
Booker. Yeah.
and then we got the boy from Orlando at small and like shut up. I
Yeah.
don't know what's wrong with
Paulo
some.
Banchero. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
What
Like,
up,
come on,
coach?
man. Come on, man. Bro, listen to this. Zion, Pancaro, and Ja. What are we talking about? What are we
What are we
talking?
talking about?
What are we talking? And then Trey.
And Trey with Cade Cunningham and Chet, man. Evan Mobley.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh my god. Oh
Scotty
my.
Barnes.
And I
Scotty
know everybody.
Barnes.
Hey, Wimby might get tired of losing by then, man. Come over here, get your citizenship. If you want to win some gold, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Do it in big, get you a quick goal, cause they ain't messing with us, bro. They ain't fucking with us. They need to shut up with that. Like,
That
okay,
boy
I can just
JPJ. What
imagine.
up, coach?
I can imagine the dunk. I can see Ja already just bow all over some seven Serbian. Just like stop,
For
like
sure. For sure.
step out of here, stop
Look,
it.
and that's time, coach.
All right, man. I like to thank everybody who joined the live today. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I need everybody to go to that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you go to the TikTok. Hit us up there. Facebook. I'm finna start this X channel soon. And like I say, make sure you always catch us every Sunday at 5 o'clock on this Instagram live. Bro, I love you. It's
Oh, you
always a
too, big
pleasure
bro.
doing the show with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But until next time, the next Sunday at 5 o'clock, man. That's game.
That's game.